How does it feel to be in Greenland?
Cold. We've just arrived in Nuuk airport, which moderate conditions now. It's about -6 and feels a lot colder than that. So it does seem like an unlikely place for the whole world media to be looking at just now. But we'll soon find out what the local people are saying.
No amount of money is gonna be able to convince me for Donald Trump to take over Greenland.
So I don't like other higher powers oppressing lower powers. I don't like it at all.
Donald Trump is a good guy. He's a protector. We never give up here in Greenland. Who we are.
Then you can pay every Greenlander $1 million, but it won't change anything. They don't care about them. Who don't care about the money.
We can work with USA and Denmark. So if we are independent, all Greenland Inuits, so it's better.
I'm a Greenlander representing a peaceful, tolerant people who are ready to talk and negotiate and cooperate with the Western world.
There's two sides to every story, and the Americans obviously know more than most. I'm going to knock on the door at the consulate here, see if someone will speak to me. Hello there. I don't know if it's possible to speak to someone. I'm a journalist. I'm just doing a story about Donald Trump's words on Greenland. I wonder if it would be possible to arrange an interview or to speak to someone just now. My name's Mark Mcgivern. I work for Reach PLC in the UK. Can you
hear me?
Yes.
Unfortunately, it's not possible to meet at the moment. But if you look at the sign, there should be a sign.
Yes.
There's a camera there that has our email address.
Yes.
If you just send us an email address, we'll respond.
Would it be possible, do you think, in the next couple of days to actually speak to someone?
Go ahead and send us an email and ask that question, and the email will get back to you.
Thank you very much. All the best. Bye now.
Thank you. Bye.
Oh. See.
Well, we're in the centre of Nuuk now, and it's hard to get people to talk given it's so cold, but we are going to speak to Charlie Kirk. He's the honorary consul for the UK here, and we'll see what he has to say for himself.
Before I start with this, I mean, you obviously are very well connected to everything that's going here. I could tell from our conversations that you kind of know everybody. I've spoken to people who say he knows everybody, especially the what's going on with British people, given your position here. There aren't many of them, are there?
We've got 26 Brits in Greenland.
Why are there so few? Because they do tend to travel and set up.
Yeah,
to colonise.
Yeah, that is true. But I think usually if you get one, you don't ever get one. You usually get 500. Yeah. Actually, there's a strong history with Britain, but you have to go way back, a couple of hundred years back, because of British whalers and so on. So there's lots of British influence here over the years. And one of the reasons that Denmark started colonising was actually to keep the Brits and the Dutch out.
Okay. And sometimes, when you don't, you get that hiccup in history or whatever, it doesn't pick up again. Other people get their roots in.
Yeah. But I have to say, we have in mining and the exploration services, we have a lot of British companies. They don't necessarily put boots on the ground.
Yeah.
But a lot of British, like 25 UK licenses we've got. They're all traded in London, obviously.
Your opinion in this, you've seen what Donald Trump said, and the whole world's ablaze with this because it affects the whole world potentially.
Yeah.
Do you have an opinion that you could share with us on it?
Yeah, from a Greenland League perspective and a Greenland business perspective, I think it's fair, unfortunately, to say this has been going on for some time for us. So it's always been there in the background over the past years. It's not something we're fond of, but I think we were somewhat getting used to the fact that there is this talk of takeover and so on. Now, Greenland and the US have a very long-standing good relationship. in Greenland's Arctic strategy from 2024, the US had an integral part as a partner the government wanted to do more with, and especially more business with. We were working on better foundations. We got good frameworks in place. The relationship is here. The consulate is here. Greenland has a representation in the US. We were doing lots of events together with the Americans. So we were pursuing this, and we were doing that in a very friendly and amicable fashion. So it's somewhat annoying, I'm going to use that word, that on the side of this good relationship, there's someone talking about takeovers and annexation and all these other things, because it's not necessary. The US has access to our underground. They have access to our business. They can do investments here. Our government is very pro the US. So it's unnecessary. It's just creating some noise in the background.
We're at the Joint Arctic Command right here, which is the nerve centre. It doesn't look like it, but this is a place which has controlled surveillance and other operations for the Arctic for Denmark. There is a new base going to be built, which will supersede this and which will have greater capabilities. It's unlikely there will be any engagement from these people and their extended forces with the United States of America or anybody else, but a £3.5 billion investment will bring a far more serious operation that will underscore the fact the world's eyes are on this place as a very serious strategic position.
My name is Avaaraq Olsen, and I'm the mayor of Kumalrafik Sandersor, Nuuk. Some of the first journalists I spoke to earlier this week, I told him it's very few people who are scared.
Yes.
But today I say it's almost everybody who's got some concerns. Some are scared, and some says that their anxiety is in a bad place. What is it that Trump wants? And it's all the guessing that makes it's all the guessing, and also his statements that makes it so hard for us to cope with, because they don't even know us. They don't even know our way of living. Most people in the world doesn't know us.
Would it be interesting to you if Donald Trump came himself to Greenland to see what the people might think of it? Would you challenge him to do it?
No, I don't want him here. We already said no. How many times do we have to say no?
Yes.
And that's also what makes people so frustrated, that no one respects, or the Americans isn't respecting our no. And I think we made it very, very clear. He said somewhere that we have Russian and Chinese ships surrounding Greenland. That kind of statement is also hurting people in Greenland. That also makes us much scared, because what is true in this? So I really, the lying has to stop. Yesterday, I needed to take a walk for myself to ground. And I walk on the route we have on our coastline.
Yes.
It's just out to the water.
Yeah.
And there's always this calming feeling when you listen to the ocean. And I was standing for myself, and it was getting dark. And then a boat came, and I know I can see. I can see right away that it's a fisherman.
Yes.
It's just a fisherman.
Yes.
But he didn't have any lights on. And I was, it's not all fishermen who has like these big lights in their small boats. And suddenly I was thinking, that's so crazy, because if this happens, will they come in the evening when we don't notice? Will they come without the lights? And even though I've been the one who's talking to everybody, like, no, we just keep calm. Of course, it's not pleasant to be in. And yes, I understand that people are afraid, but everybody is protecting us.
Yes.
But suddenly I had the same thoughts. So I really understand why people are looking towards the sky and the ocean. You are like in this alarm. All the your preparedness is on a high level.
Keir Starmer, the Prime Minister of the UK, coming up with an idea where the NATO will create a base here in Nuuk, and will do what the Americans want to do. Whatever you want to do, Donald, we'll do it for you. We'll put up defences to guard against the Chinese and the Russians, and you can just back off. So we'll look after it, and that would be better for people of Greenland, he says, and for the world. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Well, it's the same mistake that Denmark or others make about Greenland, is that they talk about us without us. And if you want to plan anything like that or even talk about it, you should definitely include the inhabitants of Greenland.
When I looked at the video of Charlie Kirk today, the one I mentioned earlier, I was struck by the way he was speaking about how they were greeted, how it was this, and he made a phrase to say, yes, and when our president that strikes a deal with Greenland, whether it's by a purchase or a deal, and he said, or whatever he chooses to do.
Yeah.
And he didn't talk about invading at the time, but that's obviously what he meant. That was obviously a big deal a whole year ago, when the whole world just thought, surely not.
Yeah.
But he's been deadly serious about this for all this time. This is not going away.
It was a circus when they were here.
Yes.
It was. I didn't know to choose a circus.
The phrase has been used. I've failed it a couple of times.
Because you also had these influencers coming, and they handed out $100 bills for children, and they even just went to schools, knocked on the door to the classrooms and wanted to interview children and young people. It was so ugly.
Did that really happen?
That happened, and that's why we have released something now from the municipality, a guideline for journalists, and in that we also said you cannot interview children without parents' consent.
We couldn't think about doing that.
Yeah, but they did.
School would be a serious thing.
And then Charlie Kirk and the others and Trump Jr. They went in front of Posen, this store we have here, the blue building. It's our supermarket. It's a supermarket.
Yes, right.
And a lot of people are gathered in front of the supermarket, and it's usually those without jobs, selling small stuff to get a little money for the day. And that's where these people that they invited to have lunch on one of the most expensive restaurants we have in Nuuk, on the top over there.
Right.
And of course, if you stand in front of Posen, our supermarket, during the day, and you don't have a job, and someone offers you a great lunch on one of the finest restaurants in the city, you'll do it. Yep. And then they were all handed out the caps, the MAGA caps, and rang to Donald Trump, they said. I haven't seen it myself. Mm-hmm. And then they said, they have so much support.
That's interesting.
It was a free lunch for people who are mostly already in need.
I'm Avaaraq Olsen, 75 years old, newly re-elected to the parliament. So I'm working because I speak a little English I have got the responsibility to talk with English-speaking journalists. We don't want to be not to be Americans.
Yes.
We are peaceful, tolerant, friendly people. We have never had warlike situations. So even if we are not, we don't agree, we really try to talk to each other in a polite and cultivated way. And that's what we wish from the United States of America, because we respect them like Danish do, having them as an ally. We don't understand the way the President of the United States is speaking, threatening us. It's not our style. The opposition party is very pro-American, and there is one individual really working like what we have seen with the United States with a certain man using fake news.
Who's this? Is this?
That's Jürgen Boers. He's doing a lot of dangerous things, talking about a possibility for civil war in our country and so on. He comes with a lot of fake news. He's not a politician. He's not an elected person. He's just, in my opinion, he has attacked me. But it doesn't scare me. We had eaten, and at that time, a lot of companies were coming with their employees to have a Christmas, lunch together.
Yes.
So we ate early, but it got already dark. I'm very night blind.
Okay.
So I was blinded by the lights of the car, and suddenly two persons jumped out of the car, shouted on me, started shouting to me. I recognized the voice 5 meters from me. And I knew he would try to provoke me. He's an old boxer.
Yes.
Almost 30 years younger than me. I'm very handicapped physically. Wow. I got no chance. He shouted how irritated he was in my way of reacting to his actions. He said, I have my opinions, you have yours.
Yeah.
And other politicians showed that they have received letters written by, cannot write. So he had made somebody to write that I was a traitor.
Traitor?
A traitor. Because I stopped the band to me. I stopped it because I couldn't manage it physically. My voice is destroyed. Because I have had meningitis too.
Right. It's the word you said, traitor, because you stopped the band.
Yeah, he wanted to hit me. He was just waiting that I would try to push him away. Then he would hit me.
Did he do anything? Just shout?
Nope. My wife got between us. And the taxi luckily came. And he flew, what do you say, running up the stairs to the restaurant where Gunnar Finger was waiting. And I said, I won't report it to the police because, in my opinion, you are not worthy.
And if you had a message for Donald Trump, what would it be?
Calm down, buddy.
I want to say something inappropriate. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.